Hi, everyone. This is Maria Schmidt, and thank you again for joining us for another Sunday afternoon chat to discuss some of the most haunted places in the world, where we try to disclose all the mysteries and reveal all those secrets. And so happy for this weekend because we are introducing England. We talked about Wales and we've talked about Romania. And today we're going to hit on with some incredible folks about England. And this is a special tour for me. I will be doing the tour sometime in March, in mid-March, and it's my first time going to England. I need people to help me with this because I am not the English haunted specialist. But with me on this show, I will be bringing some of those important and incredible people on our show to describe a little bit about what you can expect in England. As an American, I don't know how I feel about those Brits, but from what I understand and what I've researched with, it's incredible there. And hopefully you'll be able to share this with us. So without any more delay, I'm going to go ahead and bring some of our guests up. And here we go. There's Karen. Yes. And there's,
Hello.
hi. And there's Rob Thompson.
Hi.
And I think most of these folks don't need an introduction, but for those that do need it, would you go ahead and give us a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself?
Go
Well,
ahead,
hi.
Rob.
Yeah, I was really hoping you'd say that, Karen. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hi, I'm Rob Thompson, and it has been 3 days since my last ghost. No, this is a very special support group. We've got a lot of ancient quote unquote places here in the United States, but ancient takes on a whole new meaning in Europe, particularly point of interest. UK, England, precisely. I'm a spirit medium. I am been with the TV show The Ghost Finders for the last 11 years, and this is something that I've been really looking forward to doing, to come across and just to investigate some of the places in my home country, my homeland, that I haven't actually had a chance to before, and do it with a fantastic bunch of other folks. So there's my monologue.
Thank you, Rob. So happy you're here with us. And Karen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Not much to know about me. I'm a medium. I do various types of different readings. I run a paranormal team called Keep Paranormal here in the Midlands in the UK. We've got investigators all across England that work for us. I'm also advertising executive for Haunted magazine. And I am the founder and owner of Festival of the Unexplained convention here in the UK.
Which is taking the United Kingdom by storm, to say the least. You have lots and lots of events there. But the Festival Unexplained has taken a new role, a new prominence, and integrated a lot of international talent as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show us a little preview of that festival that I keep gloating about. Wow.
Wow,
What
that
a
was my ticket.
lineup.
Like, wow,
What an
wow.
incredible lineup. And I think we're missing a few people from there as well. So, tell us a little bit about what makes England so special in the world of the paranormal.
It's
Well,
history. There's so much history here in England. It's ridiculous. You've got your abbeys, you've got your castles, there's just, I don't even know where to start. There's just so much going so far back. Our history is absolutely ridiculous. Like Rob would tell you the same. There's so much here. It's difficult to begin to, I don't even know where to begin.
I
Not
think
just haunted locations, it's just the general history of the place. There's just so much here.
Right, right, absolutely. Hey,
yeah.
Rob, what
Well,
got
no,
you into the paranormal? I understand you grew up in, tell us a little bit of your background and your connection to England as well.
well, I'm from the UK as well, and just a little bit further south than Karen. And I grew up. I was born in Oxford. I grew up in the Cotswolds area, which is southwest Bath, Bristol area near the border of Wales. Um, and growing up was really for me a bit weird in a lot of ways, but we lived. My mother was a housekeeper and lived among friends of the royal family in this big sort of mansion, and so we had this sort of slaves quarters, and, uh, and it was literally like late 1700s, early 1800s place, and for a child of 4 or 5, it was bloody terrifying.
Oh,
Um, you don't want like gigantic ornate staircases with ominous pictures of men in black suits, peering at, it was just terrifying to me. I was just like, can you work somewhere else, mum? Um, I just never really got over that. It's just like kind of subsided. But then,
was your mother gifted as well?
well, you know what? She could kill a sparrow with a wooden spoon at 50 yards. But she wasn't gifted in the traditional sort of more in the traditional set. Where you're going with that,
Yeah.
it sort of skipped a generation. My grandmother, who was Irish and Scots, and that's where the sort of the ancestry, the sort of the link is, so to speak, there that I inherited, and really just as I started to being able to see and hear and eventually even converse with spirit, um, it was just, I was convinced by the age of sort of like 10 or 11 that I was just completely bonkers
Oh,
and were worse. And, it's just, I thought, I'm gonna literally go, it's just gonna get worse and worse. So I've got to block it out. I could
yes,
this isn't this isn't good,
yes,
And I was
yes.
having nightmares and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
of course, it was good. It was a beautiful gift, but it wasn't really until much, much, much later that I um, moved to the Netherlands. That I lived there for 8 years. Moved to the States, and then gosh, what was that? 25 years ago, started the Ghost Finders TV show, and then about 5 years into it, so about 6 years ago, um, a friend of mine said to me, why are you having like guest mediums on your show when?" And I'm like, because I can't. It's too. It's daunting. I mean, it's like anything. It's like coming out in anything. I mean, ridicule and um, a lot of clout. You're going to get a lot of critique. Um,
Yes. There's
and
still stigma. Is there stigma
I think there is.
even in the UK? Because we always see, well, maybe I just envision it as Americans, there's a lot of stigma. And the further south you go, the more stigma there is against that. Um,
Yeah, I think.
Now, in England, is it the same as in the United States, or?
Well, no, because I think that you got to remember this is a very very young and developing country,
when you were a baby.
United States. Yeah. So I mean, we really never had that period of with the witch trials and all of the sort of like we had our dark ages, which was kind of epidemic by proportion. But we've had a lot longer, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, to come
Yes.
to terms with the metaphysical realm. So
Mhm,
it's not as big a taboo in Europe
mhm,
generally, I don't
mhm.
think.
No,
I'd like to
I
bring
agree with that.
in really quickly Mr. Neil Storey. He is an absolute delight to have on. I'm so happy he got himself inside our green room, and here he comes in. Mr.
Hello.
Neil Storey, how are
Yay!
you? We're
Hi, Neil.
celebrating. We'll take this chance now, Karen. So
Yes.
you grew up in a haunted house as well, and you're gifted as well. So Neil, we have to be careful because we have two mediums. As soon as Karen explains a little bit about her background and into the paranormal realm, we'll introduce you as well. And thank you for coming,
No problem.
Karen. Yes.
Mhm. Not so much haunted house, it was more my interaction with spirit. Obviously, like with Rob, they see your light, they know you're there, they know you can communicate. So they show themselves to you, they try and interact with you. I knew similar, like from about the age of 5, that I could hear, speak to, and experience all these different weird and wonderful things that nobody else could. Also, like him, I thought I was going a little bit nuts. So I did a similar thing. I kind of put it to the back of my mind, got on with life, went through school, opened it up, got bullied, decided, okay, I'm not going to admit this ever again. Got older, thought, okay, people are going to be a bit more understanding now. So again, I opened up and then yet again was bullied. So I was like, you know what? I can't be bothered with this. It's too much. I don't need this extra stress in my life.
Hmm.
And then as I got into my early 20s, I decided, you know what? I don't care what other people think of me. And I don't care about anybody else's opinion. This is something special. Then I'm very, very fortunate. Do you know what? Stuff those people, to put it politely.
You get
I'm
out of the
gonna,
closet
yeah, I'm going to
in a
get on with
different
what,
closet.
yeah, get on with what I can
Yes.
do.
Yes. Hmm.
And then it wasn't until I was in my 30s, which I still am, just to point out, I actually started paranormal investigating. And I've been doing that now for 6 years. And I've had my own team for 2 years.
Hmm. So you
So,
put all those gifts that you have in your experience, etc.,
yeah.
into the investigation end of it, and that's
I still do
spectacular.
readings and
Yeah,
stuff. I do
yeah,
one-to-one readings. I did a
yeah.
platform night on Friday. So I organized psychic suppers and platform mediumship nights as well as everything else that I do.
Hmm.
And I did one on Friday. So and then last night I used my mediumship because I was on an investigation. So I've had a really busy weekend.
Yeah, we all have. It's been nonstop. It has been nonstop since the holidays, and I'm happy
Mhm,
for that. Yeah, I'm happy for that because for a while we were kind of in a rut, and there's been
mhm.
a spurt of life thrown into it.
Yes.
Speaking of life, there's Neil Story, Mr. Neil
Hello.
Story. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Welcome
Yeah,
aboard.
good to
Neil.
be here. Sorry for a little computer technology difficulties there, but good to say hello to all of you. It's from a rather windswept Northumberland today, I have to say. But thank goodness we're all safe and all well. But some people they've got power out, so they will be telling stories by candlelight for maybe the wrong reasons tonight.
That's still delightful. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Neil.
I'm a historian. I guess I was kind of born a historian. Academically, I'm qualified as a historian at the University of East Anglia. I studied there pre and post grad, and all of my education life is Norfolk and East Anglia based. But I guess my life as somebody who loves history and telling stories, well, that goes back to being a Norfolk man by birth. I spent an awful lot of time with my lovely grandparents, bless them, and their extended family, friends and family in my local area. And it struck me from quite an early age that I was talking to people from a very different time. People that knew the countryside, that knew about its folklore and knew about its legends, and knew about a very different world that was steam driven, horse driven. And the roads were quieter, the places were different. And I thought, well, that's worth recording. And something always interested me in the folk tales and legends that were all wrapped up. They were integral in the countryside that my family knew, and that was still hanging in there when I was a young lad. So, and it's still out there, but time moves pretty quickly nowadays. So then beyond ghosts and legends, I've been investigating ghosts, I guess, for the best part of 30 years now. From the days that we used to have wonderful, great big video cameras with a brick you push in the side. Some people might remember those, ka-chunk, and all sorts of. We read books that featured people like Harry Price, and there was Peter Underwood and other ghost hunters, Peter Haining books that inspired us, and the Usborne Book of Ghosts. And I know some people might vainly say, "Oh, I never read that." Bet you did. If you're
It's been relaunched.
I know, it's fantastic. It's Reece Shearsmith on the cover, and that's the one. I put it up as a banner picture on my Facebook page not so long ago because it's got the monks kind of kept going through the ruins, and it looks great. It's really evocative, and it's one of the books that frightened me, made me scared, and inspired me that I want to hunt ghosts. And I want to try and conquer some of the fears, maybe see a ghost for real. But and the interesting thing was there was a page in there that included photographs of ghosts, and that seems to be the thing that struck everybody. That was, if you were a kid in the 70s, that's the one that really frightened you, that really freaked you out. So it's I suppose it's a best part of a lifetime. A lot of it has been just loving history with ghosts along the way, but it's been rather nice to lecture and give talks and do a bit of sort of living history and recreation.
And thank you for doing that. There's not enough folks with the credentials of as a historian of someone that has studied the core of what we consider the purpose of the haunt. Typically what we see, for those that are not gifted, they'll go in and try to get their EVP and, oh, look, they said my name. Oh, look, they said, but they have no relationship to what are they speaking of. With my company, I always say a haunting is history wishing to be heard, and it's absolutely the truth. And you are one of the impetus in that, especially in the United Kingdom. And when I refer to England, I know that you guys kind of say no, not England, it's UK. I like to give each of the places in England and Scotland and Wales, its own identity, because each of
I'm
them.
happy to be English, actually. In fact, I'm not even English. I'm Anglish. I'm from the Far East, East Anglia. Yeah. So I am an entity, an ethnic minority in my own right, because I have my own language, music, and culture. I am a Norfolk man, and like Nelson, I gloried in being so. And so, yes, everybody deserves their identity. I'm sure that people from Scotland and Wales and even places like Cornwall will be quite fierce to say that I'm not UK, I'm not British, I am Cornish, I am Norfolk, I am from Wales, or I'm from Scotland.
Yeah, very true.
And thank you for doing that, because I find from all the research I've done and all the interviews that I'm doing, each of the different components of the UK are so different. They may have a different language, even like the Welsh do, different even style of communication and their dialects, etc.
We have our words as well in East Anglia and Norfolk.
Yeah,
I mean, one of my favourite words
and
is
some of
an
them
East
are
Anglia
really
word, which is clashmadang. I like clashmadang. That's a sort of an argumentative curse word. I'll have none of that clashmadang in here. Or we have phrases like if you're hanging a picture and it's wonky, they say that's slightly on the her. And I rather like that.
Yeah. Well, the centerpiece of the Festival of the Unexplained is obviously Bosworth Hall. So, who wants to dive in there and tell us a little bit about Bosworth?
Have you done your research, Neil?
No, it's no.
We will
I'm
start
shocked.
right
I
this
haven't
moment
researched
then.
Bosworth Hall. That's not my turf. I
It's not
always.
my turn.
That's right.
What?
I don't want to get taken out by paranormal people of Bosworth. It's not my manner, mate. Leave it alone.
Good for you, Neil. Fabulous response.
This is something
Karen.
people need to
Yes.
learn. If
Yes.
you are researching things, always play to your strengths. Tell the
Yeah.
truth,
Exactly.
And this is your
Exactly.
manner, Karen. This is your event. So shine forth. And Rob,
Start it.
come
Start
on.
it up. Let's start that research now. Tell us a
No,
little bit about the
goodness
Bosworth
me.
Hall, Karen.
Bosworth Hall has been a hospital at one point. It's
Mhm.
been a family home more than once.
Mhm.
It's has its resident spirits,
Mhm.
But what are
which
they?
I have met on more than one occasion.
What are they?
Yes.
Give us a hint. Go on. Give us a hint.
Okay, the one that's kind of known. Oh,
Oh, did it take you guys over? I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
it did. It
the
did.
spirit
Ever
didn't
so
send
confused then
information.
The
for a minute.
spirit's trying to shut Karen up there for a
Yeah,
moment.
that's the spirit.
That's a regular occurrence. Have you been talking to
Mhm.
my team, Maria?
Please go ahead.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's mainly it's well known for the Grey Lady. Like
Mhm.
most places have at least one.
Mhm.
Um, she has been seen on more than one occasion. They had one experience. They had a porter that did a night shift, and he went to work, and he experienced his first and last ever apparition. He never returned to work ever again. He did one shift and never went back, and they never heard from him again. They don't know what happened to him. He just quit after that night. We've had interactions with spirit. I don't tell Rob too much because he's coming to do some investigating with us.
Right.
I am. So I'm gonna. I should have
Yeah,
those.
just close your ears,
headphones.
Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, put your invisible. That's it. So yeah, we've spirit children, family members. That all sorts of things have gone on there.
So without revealing, do you have an idea who the Grey Lady might be?
Yes, but I'm not going to say.
That's good. That's fair enough.
Well,
That's a
part of
teaser.
the
That's a
delight of
teaser.
this part of this delight of this
Can Rob
event.
take his ears out now?
Yeah.
Yes, you take off the
Rob,
ears. We're not talking.
Rob,
You're safe, Rob.
You're fine.
But when I've stayed there on, you
You're
can come
fine,
back
Rob.
now.
You're good. You're good.
I've stayed there on. I'm not going to tell you any. I'm not going to describe anything because obviously I want you all to come and have an experience of your own.
That's exactly it.
But,
And because when I did my research about
I
the
don't
Bosworth,
research.
yeah,
I'll
Good
be
job. I
honest.
didn't say anything, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
I
I
could have
didn't
given
think
it all
about
away in a nutshell, and
Yeah.
it could have blown it. The whole event.
Well,
See, that's why you don't talk about your manner, mate.
you know, I don't do history. I don't do research on any location. I have investigated there 4 times, I think now. 4, maybe 5.
and it
Might
will
be
not
more.
disappoint us. In other words, it will not
It
disappoint.
won't disappoint. I did say the last one we did it with Haunted Live, which is Andy, Paul, Jason, and Simon. Paul and Andy are also Haunted Magazine. So if you ever want to investigate Bosworth Hall, usually that is the only way you'll do it because the only people that actually run investigations from there are Haunted Live. So we're very, very privileged. We're actually having the opportunity to do it ourselves because that's normally the only way you'll get to go there.
And that makes that event so absolutely sexy. It truly does,
Well, one of the I'm not going to tell you any details, but one of the rooms I have stayed in more than once The last time I stayed there, I had interaction. I stayed there for 3 nights, 4 nights, and we were investigating on the last night, which was Halloween. And all I said to Paul and Andy and Jason was, "Why, just to warn you, just to let you know, I've had interaction for 3 blooming nights. That was not the plan. I came to relax for 3 days and investigate one night, not to be annoyed for 3 days prior to the investigation."
Yes.
I said, so let's just say we're going to have a very active night. And it was, and different things that I told them before the event started, they had confirmed during their investigation in that room. So that was really good for me, because we always want a little bit of clarification, regardless how long you've been working for as a medium, no matter how many investigations you've done. We always want that clarity when you've given information and somebody comes back and says, well,
Validation.
actually,
Mhm.
this,
Absolutely. Validation is
validation is so important.
so important. I'm absolutely, Rob. I know you're coming across a pond with me. You know, we're going to be there. Neil and Karen do live there, but we're the Americans, and we're bringing a bunch of folks with us from the United States, and we're very excited. We love to bring in more folks, and I know some critters are afraid about the big C word.
Yes, but there's an update. There's an update.
There's an
There's
update.
an
Let us
update.
know. Tell us what the update is.
What, chili
So,
con carne? Is that the big C? What's going
no.
on?
We
Oh,
don't
the
want
other
to
one.
say
What
it.
the,
We
The
don't want to
update
say
is
it.
medical
We don't want
emergencies?
another.
What's the update? Is it Partygate?
If we
From
if we use a C word here in the UK, that's a definite no on any type of televisual exchange. You know, you don't use the C
in
word.
any conversation, it's just a no.
So
Right.
yes.
From the 7th of, let me get this right, 7th of February, all of you guys coming in from the US will not have to take a COVID test before you leave your country, and you will not have to do a COVID test when you arrive in our country. You can freely come in and go without having to be tested and doing all of this rubbish that we were having to do before. So the rules are changing just in time, ready
But
for
that's
you all
only
to
if
come
you're
over from the country.
vaccinated and you can show a
If you're fully
vaccinated
vaccinated,
card.
then you're
Exactly.
clear. You don't have to do any testing at all before you come, and you don't have to do any whilst you're here either.
That is marvelous.
So that
That
is going to be a
just
big
in
relief.
time for this big festival. So we want to get the word out that we want Americans to come along. It's as fast to get to the UK as it is to California. So there's no reason as far as distance is concerned not to be there. Maybe a little longer, but not by much. And just the thrill of being in England and being in the UK and experiencing this at a level that you'll never be able to do before in a very exclusive location as the Bosworth Hall. Now, I do want to mention that Mysterious Adventure Tours has taken your festival, and this is the only one that we've ever done it with. And I'm so proud to feature your event and make that the pillar of one of our first tours in the UK. So we've taken the 3-day, 3-day event and turned it into a 6-day event. So therefore, we did an all-inclusive. We have included the angelic VIP pass package, which is absolutely incredible. Once we pick you up, and it does include your transportation from the airport, we take you over and we start off in one of the most magnificent structures near the Bosworth Hall, and that's Bure Manor Hall.
Bow
Am I
Manor
saying
Hall.
Bow Hall? It's known as the actual should I say the actual influencer for the Abbey series. What is it called? Help me, guys.
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
That's right. That's right. So that is just an incredible experience there. Then we come in the day before of the festival, and we'll have VIP treatment with Karen. So we're going to be treated, every one of our guests that are traveling along will be treated just like all the presenters are. So, which is quite an honor. And thank you, Karen. Um, that being said, then we carry it into the evening where we're going to have a storytelling time with Neil on the fireside of the Bosworth Hall.
Mhm.
And that itself is the epitome of the of the event. And to have that exposure is going to be extremely impactful. It's gonna start and give you the adrenaline that you need to start in the adventure at Bosworth Hall. Then, of course, we do all the incredible festivities of the entire Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Bosworth.
Mhm.
Monday, we take you out of Bosworth and we go straight down to London. And we're going to be hitting some of the spots in London as well. Neil will be following us. And hopefully we
I'm
can
not
get into
invited.
Following
I'm just
us.
following you. You know,
He's just
following
stalking
us.
you.
I'm
He's going to
stalking
stalk
the
us.
group.
He's stalking us, you know. It's like one of those nasty little phantoms that kind of cling onto you. And taking us to taking us to London, and then hopefully we'll be able to go into the Tower of London and experience
If
other
you
things
keep
as
on like
well.
that, you'll stay there, lady. I'll tell you.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. I am. I am. I actually don't have a flight back because the flight backs um, are a little bit questionable right now. But that being said, we've taken the 3-day event and multiplied by 2 into a 6-day spectacular
Mhm.
opportunity. We have gotten this down to the bottom line. I think the cost of that entire 6-day packages, this includes your meals, your lodging, your events in London and Bosworth Hall and Bowman Hall, all for 11.95. And that, my friends, is a
And
deal of a
Cork Abbey.
lifetime. Pardon me?
They also go to Cork Abbey on Friday, the unstately home.
That's right. Thank you.
We have the coach trip on Friday, so they go to
Yes.
Bowmanor Hall. On Friday, they get to go to Cork Abbey with all of our guest speakers. We'll all be in attendance to the unstately home, as it's known here.
Mhm.
We then provide your lunch. And then
Right.
after lunch, we all then go to Bosworth Battlefield with, we have obviously the lovely Neil Storey, but we've also got another historian, Penny Griffiths Morgan, and she will be our tour guide for the day and our historian for the Friday. So yeah, we do Bosworth Battlefield Friday afternoon.
Mhm.
It also includes Friday evening, so you have your dinner included. So you get, I feed you twice that day. You get lunch and you get dinner.
Mhm.
Um, it includes your dinner. We have the absolutely wonderful Simon Entwistle from up north. He's coming down and he will be doing ghost stories about the Pendle Hill witches and all sorts of different things, tell you some more of the legends and everything of England. And then we will have Patty Negri will be ending our evening with a huge
Love
group
my lovely
dance.
Patty. Yes. An
So all the
American,
public,
must I say. Yes. Yes.
all the speakers, we're going to do a one big mass seance on the Friday night. And then you can go do what you like
Yes.
and
Now
have a chill time.
now Rob Thompson, what the heck are you doing on during this event?
What am I going to be wearing?
Yeah, no, doing. Well,
Oh,
if you want
I
to
will
tell
be,
us
I
what
get,
you're
honestly,
wearing, that's
Rob,
just as
Rob,
fun, but I want to know what he's doing with us, you know?
well,
well,
we're all
Karen.
going to be on the Friday evening. It will be the seance will be led by Patty, and the
Uh-huh.
rest of us, Mike, myself, I'm sure Rob will also contribute. Also, um,
Of course.
we'll help with the energy and everything else to
Yes,
build the correct atmosphere and to help everybody
that
and
is
explain
marvelous.
how
Yeah.
to lead the seance. It'll be in Patty's hands, but then we'll all assist her. Then Saturday, your ticket includes. I don't feed you on Saturday. Not until the evening. So Saturday includes all the talks,
Yeah.
all the stalls. Saturday night, you get fed again. You also have a live band and a DJ because I couldn't decide between the two, so I got both because I'm just greedy.
Uh-huh.
So that's your time to chill out, relax, have a few bevies with all the speakers and everything, have a bit of a dance and a laugh and enjoy yourself, chill time. Then you have all the talks and all the speakers again on Sunday. So all of that is all included in the sold out angelic tickets. The only
Yes.
way you will
Yes.
now get an angelic ticket is if you book with the beautiful Maria.
Oh, and you have to be an American. We're going to just
Yeah,
say it. Just say
yeah,
it.
you have to
The
be an
only
American.
exclusion is Rob Thompson.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
who is British through and through. And I want to
exactly.
say,
Yes.
you had me bought and sold at Frisky Fireside Stories with Story, and it was,
And I think he's going to be completely with unclothed. No, that's somebody else. That's
Whoa,
somebody else. No,
who,
that's somebody else.
who,
Sorry.
who,
whoa,
him?
I don't.
that's
Well, you
that's
are
beyond
fireside, so
contract.
that's the best way to
That's
be.
that's 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 not negotiable. The
Here we go.
pleads will be involved. You know.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
As the tone of the conversation starts to slowly break down, here we go.
And deteriorate. So, Rob, you're going to be presenting a lecture as well, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to be
Tell us about
talking.
that. Tell us about that.
Well, one of
Not
the
too
things.
much. They need to
No.
come along.
No, see if they can come along. So I'll be talking about my story coming out, okay, as a medium, the journey from childhood to that place, and what I've experienced both from the public, from mediums that have come to me, and also very much people who haven't come out, who maybe from listening to my story, which is going to
Your
be penned as
inspiration.
well, by the way,
Mhm.
it will get inspiration and some Dutch courage up to actually do the same. And I mean, I don't know how you're making a penny, by the way, with that number, but yeah, I mean that is
Thank you.
fantastic.
Well,
I
and
mean,
we're not. We're
incredible
just trying to
failure.
support and try to get more Americans
Yeah,
over, to
cool.
do this. But as an American, I don't want to just go there. And I mean, the festival itself is incredible. It's so robust. It's so all inclusive.
Yeah,
I mean, you cannot. I can't think of another event here in the United States that duplicates that kind of effort that you've done and all inclusiveness. But I wanted to add a little bit of more of the tangents. So we're gonna do, the hall, which is very close to the Bosworth Hall, and then we're gonna drag everybody down to London because as an American, I want to see, feel, and touch
Everyone wants to do
London. Yeah,
London.
everybody wants to do
Wait,
London, even if it's just
are
one
we just
day.
going to do the tower, or might there be a little
Oh,
extra?
there's a little bit more. There's a little
Is
bit
is
more.
is it one of the East End sort of things going on
Yes, one
there?
of those East thing kind of thing. It's like it starts with a J, ends with an
Who
R.
can get? Can I reveal it?
Please do.
I've written a couple of books on Victorian London and Jack the Ripper, and we've got a rather special tour, not just with me, but with the man that runs one of the major tour groups in London, an old friend of mine, Richard Cobb, a published author, great, and he lives on the turf. He's a wonderful character, and he will be taking us, our special Mysterious Adventures tour crew, on
Into
an
the dark
exclusive
alleys
tour of the
of the
Jack
East
the
End.
Ripper sites. I'll
Yes.
be joining in as well to take you on to some of the areas which still have the cobbles, the atmosphere of Victorian London. We'll be soaking it up because the places have changed. Some areas you wouldn't recognise it from Victorian Britain. Other areas, believe it or not, there are still gas lamps. So we can still have a drink in the 10 Bells. We can see Christ Church. We can walk down Brushfield Street. We can soak up that late night
Right.
atmosphere in
I'm good with that.
safety.
I'm good with that. I
In
think it's
safety. Oh yeah, we know the East End. You see, we don't mess about. It's good. And as you can tell, I'm
No, he's
bilingual.
very, very
So,
special to the
but
East
no,
End.
you'll have a great
Yes.
time. You're
Yeah.
in very, very safe hands with a really good experience. This is what Richard does day in, day out.
Yes.
It's his company.
What a
Uh,
salute. What a salute we're doing to this festival.
Mm.
And I'm so happy to be able to do that, Karen. And thank you again for the opportunity. So, and I do want to mention Neil will be speaking as well. And Neil, your favorite topic in the world is?
Well, Bram Stoker and the story of Dracula.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
and so that's why I will not be treading on anybody's toes. I will tell some tales of vampires, vampire hunting, genuine attested accounts of the vampire phenomena in Great Britain, and some of the influences of that inspired Bram Stoker, led Bram on his journey, some of Bram's backstory. So it's quite a nice blend of Stoker, Drac, real vampires, fictional vampires. So yeah, I just hope people will enjoy it. I really
You know
do.
what the disappointing thing about all of this is?
What?
I'm going to be far too busy running around like a crazy person. I'm going to miss all the excitement of
So,
these talks.
so you won't stalk us, will you?
I'm not going to stalk anyone or
Just
anything. We're just
Neil.
not going to have
Well,
time.
you're very welcome to.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do it. I think our groups, because it's Fireside Tales.
Mhm.
That's the time to come. And
I'll be there with
you-
my gin, Neil. I'll be there with
with-
my gin. It'll be the only
with the
time I'll be
gin,
having a drink
it's-
that weekend.
it's what we call when we work with kids, golden time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Golden time for adults is a different thing, but golden time for kids is relax, breathe, enjoy a story. And that's,
I do love a
I
story.
think deep down there's a little bit of that in all of us, that we just want to enjoy a good story, a story that takes you somewhere a little bit different. Maybe is it a little bit scary, but just it's just nice to
This
enjoy.
is why
isn't it?
it's awesome having you do that on Thursday as an exclusive thing.
Yeah.
And then that's why we booked Simon Entwistle for the Friday evening, because he's so well known for like the Pendle Hill Witches and all of that and so on. He does tours and everything. The Top Hat Tours is his company, and he does all the tours up there. And you can hear join investigations and all sorts of things. It's so interesting. And I've actually interviewed him, and we had him on like Rob has done for us in the past as well, our live conventions, online ones we did through the lockdowns and everything to keep everybody happy and entertained. And I just love just sitting and listening to all the different stories, and with a little bit of history in there, and some are legends, some are myths and everything else. But it's surprising. A lot of these stories are actually true stories. So I just love it. It really entertains me. I could sit there all blooming day and listen to you, but I can't because I haven't got time.
But that's the
So
whole joy of it, you see, because you'll have other storytellers that have specialized areas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why should I try and tread on someone else's toes that knows they
No.
know their area?
every one of your guests
Everyone's got something different.
they complement each other, and that's what
Mhm.
makes it so incredible. And it's not just the mediumship, but there's also the paranormal investigation on the ghost tech side, and there's
Mhm.
also the legends.
We got the
and-
cryptids.
yeah,
We've got cryptids covered.
exactly,
Witchcraft
exactly.
covered.
We've got
UFology
the
is also
monsters,
covered.
as we do with vampires. So
Yeah.
we have it
Yeah.
all inclusive. It's an amazing event. I cannot wait, Rob.
I'm
Can you-
excited. I'm like packed already, ready to go. I've been
Yes,
but like, I mean, Neil, I could listen to you reciting the telephone directory. I mean,
I
and
know.
it
He's
would
got
one of
that
those
voice.
voices. Yeah, and
It's
the
amazing.
moustache.
Yeah.
I think he's got like sort
It's
of like,
this.
yeah. I think it was
Yes.
like, like with Freddie Mercury, wouldn't change his moustache or his teeth, because it might change his voice, and I think with you've got all those amazing sort of good looks and that amazing sort of charisma already. Then you've got all these storytelling. This
Yeah.
well, you couldn't really be born with a better last name, but I am
Well, my
excited.
family motto is Fabula Savere, which is a story, but a true one. I couldn't believe it when I found that out all those years
That's
ago.
amazing.
Yeah. So
What we didn't mention,
Well,
sorry,
great time.
I didn't mean to speak here. I do apologize. What we didn't mention is not only do you get to listen to all of these fantastic people talking, and you're able to do a Q&A and ask the questions, they're all going to have their own table. So you're all going to have your own stall. You're going to have all your own. You're all going to have your own table. So Rob will be representing himself in the Ghost Finders. Neil will be representing Neil and the amazing history and all of his
his books.
million books that he's written.
I
million
shall
books
bring a
that
few
he's
books
authored.
along as well.
Million
yes.
books that he's
Yes.
written.
Please do.
Maria with the mystery adventure tours, and not just that, the world's largest ghost hunt. That's something absolutely awesome that you do.
Yes.
And
That's
then
how
you've
we
got the
met.
race chasers from Haunted Towns in Ghost Hunt. They're going to be, obviously, they'll be there. They'll have their own faces. So every single speaker will have a space for you to go and meet and greet them. We have got a professional photographer. Be camera ready, guys. I have got you a professional photographer to take, if you, the public, can have your picture with all of the speakers, and you don't have to pay for the photos.
Oh
All
my
the
God, Karen,
photos
you're
Bit
giving away
nice.
too much.
will be
That's
all
nice.
the all the
Very nice.
photos
Yes.
will be uploaded to social media, so you can choose whether you want your photo or not. And we thought that was a nice gift to give people as memorabilia. You can obviously have your autographs and things. We have the Bosworth special edition program with all of the speakers in, so you can get your autographs from them and things. They'll bring their own photographs that you can probably purchase from them, that they're autographed for you. I know some of the speakers usually bring, from experience, bring their own pictures and things, and if you can have an autograph on one of those, and a lot of them do tend to sell that type of thing as well. So,
Have you got a few of your photographs there, Rob, ready to sign?
I've got couple hundred, probably 3 less after my last convention, and I'll be, I'll also be, signing there. I'll be talking and meeting and greeting. There'll be some merch for me.
I think you and me, Rob, we're going to be signing the books that might have a
we're gonna
picture
be-
of us in them.
we're going to be cheese and pickle, absolutely, and and I'll be doing some private readings too, and during my story, I'd love to, to give a few gallery readings. It depends who comes through, but like I think, and I've spoken to a couple of people over the last weeks over there in Blighty, and they've said to me they think this is one of the biggest paranormal conventions that they've ever heard of. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's Valentine's Day coming up too.
Oh, what
I
a
mean-
way!
Oh.
Oh, what a gift!
Hey.
What a
I
gift!
have got.
Wow, this
To
man
give your
deserves to be on
honey.
QVC.
Yes.
I'm liking
Yeah.
that. Rob, you're the man.
We
I
are
mean-
the gift that just keeps on giving, because Rob's just reminded me of something else. We
Yeah.
haven't announced this yet,
What? Announce
so
it
I
here.
will announce it now.
You get a
Yes.
free mattress.
And Neil will be clothed.
It made me laugh.
A free mattress
He
and
will be
a
clothed.
durable pillow. The man pillow. There it is. She's demonstrated it with a fluff on it. I'm liking that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rob, this is really going down.
Okay.
Further
It is.
down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's Karen. So I mean, what do you expect? I mean,
Yeah.
So
what's
I was
what's the
gone.
big
I'm sorry, I was
announcement,
just
Karen?
literally
Now
gone.
you've got us
Okay.
all tizzy. What's the big announcement?
Sorry.
That's okay.
So the reason being we didn't actually upload Rob's video yet until today is because from next week we are doing a one-off, for 1 week only, special Valentine's Day offer. So, as you know, Bosworth Hall is not just Bosworth Hall. Bosworth Hall is also a spa hotel. So anybody that stays at Bosworth Hall has the option to use the facilities, which means sauna, jacuzzi, steam room, swimming pool, and the gym. It's all included in your stay when you pay for your accommodation through the hotel. So, what's not better than the person you love, take them to a haunted hotel with spa facilities, an absolutely amazing array of speakers, an awesome convention. But just to top it off, for 1 week only, we are doing a special 2 elemental tickets. Instead of the normal price of £150 each, which is £300, that's just for the tickets. Obviously, the hotel is separate. Your accommodation is separate. And we have decided to, just for Valentine's, 2 elemental tickets for £250.
Wow.
Wow.
Good
That's a
deal.
good-
Wow,
1 week only, just for
Staggering
Valentine's.
value.
And that's
Yeah.
why
Absolutely.
I saved Rob's video, because he mentions Valentine's. I was like, oh, Rob, I can't use it now. But I was like, oh, But that's even better because I've got something else I haven't told everybody about. And this
Yeah.
is the first
Good.
anyone would have
Yeah.
heard about this. It has not been advertised yet.
That's
So
a
for 1
steal.
week only, instead of paying £300 for 2 elemental tickets, you can have 2 for £250. An
That's hot.
elemental ticket will include all the talks, all the stalls on Saturday night's buffet, DJ and live band party, and it includes Sundays, talks and stalls all day Sunday as well. So I don't see, I think that's a fantastic offer.
That
Plus,
is amazing. And I got to tell you, Karen, I mean, that is, I mean, I thought the prices were mental cheap as it was, but
Yes.
that's like,
Yes,
and I want to thank you too, Karen, for making my heart stop for about 2 minutes, I think it was, when you said, well, we haven't actually uploaded Rob's video for the last couple of weeks because, and I'm like, if she sent the wrong video.
No, it's because I wanted to, because anyone that hasn't seen Rob's video yet, Rob mentioned Valentine's Day and told
which
everyone.
video?
is this some kind of exercise video, Rob?
I thought I'd just go
A
past
little
that and just move
color.
on very swiftly. The poor man and saving some
Does it have
embarrassment.
a
But yeah,
Call on
as
Me
you-
soundtrack and spandex? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Oh.
I mean,
It's
honestly,
working.
no, just
Well,
notice
we're
we're
Storey.
almost for the festival.
We're
So
at
I thought
we're
Jordan
top of
with
the
stars. You can sauna with a speaker of your choice.
we are at top of the hour, folks. So I want to just say, first of all, thank my guests. And these are not my guests, these are the guests of the Festival of the Unexplained.
Sorry, Maria.
Presenters. There's only that's fine. There's 3 of the many that you'll have at the Unexplained. I just want to remind you, if you're interested in coming from the United States over to the UK, not only we will make this affordable, a complete, robust package, which includes a little extra perks from London and the peripheral haunts around
I
the
want to come.
Bosphorus.
Why don't I live in
Yes.
the US? Oh
Well,
yeah, because I'm organising it.
You're there and you're a slave to the event until it's done. So that being all said, I just go over to my website, and I'm going to also offer something really quick for folks. I'm just going to put my website real up here. I want to mention as well, if you do see this podcast and you mention that you heard about it from this podcast, I'm going to send you a Valentine's gift for your honeys, for both of you, so Mr. and Mrs. or whatever, yin and yang, whatever the combination of the Valentine stuff is. I will make this a very special one so you can present it on Valentine's Day. So on top of that, we're going to throw in a little Valentine's gift set. And you will love what that is, and that's going to be announced soon. But if you mention this podcast, I will include that with your tour. So with all that being said, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
I
Karen.
am so excited about this trip. This is a grand event, and look at all the folks that we're going to have here. This is just a little spot of an example of the wonderfulness of what
We've
it
got
is.
13 speakers altogether.
13. And
Sounds
that's pretty
crazy.
amazing. That's pretty
That's an awful
amazing.
lot to fit in one sauna. That's all I can say.
That is, it is.
Yes,
It is.
yes,
It's true.
It'd be some turn taking.
yes.
Turn taking in what, I might add. Nudge,
The
nudge,
sauna,
wink,
the
wink,
sauna.
say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Glad you-
And there will be no Speedos involved, so no worries.
Oh, please, no.
Yes. Karen,
Stripes bathing
Neil.
suits only.
Karen, Neil, Rob, thank you so much for being a part of our Revealing the Mysteries of England.
Thank you for inviting us.
And
Thank
we
you.
cannot wait to see you across the pond very soon. And I hope many of our friends will join us as well. God bless you.
God bless you,
And see
Maria.
you all. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye now.
Thank
Bye.
you. All the best to you. Bye bye now.
Take care.